What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Dent Digest Live Show with my good old buddy, Manny. What up?
What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's doing great out there. What's up, Ryan? How are you?
I'm doing okay. We had some gnarly storms today, but no hail. So,
You didn't get no hail down there?
No, not yet. It's coming. It's coming.
I heard it's all dropping in Texas.
And it's some bad stuff down there, too. So, they can have it. They can have all of that goodness.
Shout out to Benny. He's out there pushing hell.
Yeah, he's down there with the Dent Lion. So I do want to say one thing. I want to give you a big PDR hug. You said some really kind words last week. I had a family emergency, and I really appreciate your friendship, and it meant a lot to me. So, it's really nice to have people like you in the industry that care about people.
Well, right. I mean, I really wanted to mention it out because I don't think no one, realizes what it takes to run this show, and to me, it was just something that happens on the back end that, if you don't tell the story, no one will know,
Yeah.
And I just felt it was kind of important because, no one pays you for this, right? No one pays you to buy the equipment that you need to have to be able to run this show, and I'm sure that there's other things that you could be doing other than running the show, and
I could be laying in bed. I'm old.
You know what I mean? So I just thought that, when you called me, you said, it's just like, hey, Manny, we got to postpone, this happened, and at the same time you were like, but I could still make it happen. I could still do this. I was just like, right. I know you got love for the community, but just step back for a second and take care of your needs, You know
what it is? A lot of guys look forward to this.
Yeah.
So that's in my head. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's guys that, like David from Cali, he's like, man, I wait every Thursday evening to watch this thing. So I do have to give some shout outs too. I got Tom Poland from Midwest Dent Repair sent this stuff over. I really appreciate it. It's a nice surprise in the mail. And I got two tools here I really need to mention. And I brought one of them on before, but damn, man, these tools, you gotta get them.
I almost want to peek in there, show them.
Let me peek in. So these tools, I have the Excalibur hood and deck set, bro. And I've been ranting and raving about that set. But this size, so right and left, obviously, this size, which is like his middle size, this tool works like nothing I have in my toolbox. It's actually this one that really saved my butt today. I had one of those, a new RX 350 aluminum hood, and it's only got those few rectangles that you can slide tools in because it's kind of like honeycomb, but it's like the new age honeycomb, all the way back by the hinge. This was the only thing that could get up in there because it's so shaved, and I got enough power off the edge of the hood. Thank you, Dent Reaper, because this purchase right here it's priceless, dude. So
I have a question. I don't have it yet, and my thoughts are: does that sharp edge, is that scary when you're sliding it to a really tight wall?
No, I don't get scared at all.
No, I know, but I'm saying the fact that it has that hook.
No, I mean, it's so shaved right here.
Okay.
It's really shaved. It's got a soft edge on the backside too. You can't even see it. Look at my big head over here, So, but it gives you that soft push too if you need it on this end. But it works really, really well, man. I'm just you got to buy them, dude.
Yeah, no, and I really want them, I really want them, but I guess that was the only thought that I always wondered about, if one did slide it in there because it's white, does it, I was already thinking that no, but
It kind of slides in like a whale tail. It's as thin as like a
Okay.
Dentcraft whale tail right here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Cold Fire's asking, do they replace the hood and deck set? I don't think so. I think they both are a need. I'm a huge fan of the mini hood and deck set, but this and the mini hood and deck set, if you can't fix every hood, you're doing something wrong.
Who was it that posted it, that picture that they laid them all down and they showed like the long ones, the middle ones?
A1, it was Maria. Was maybe Maria?
Yeah. Gosh, apologize.
So we got to get moving because we got a lot of people tonight. The other tool I got, I'm an old Dent Wizard guy, right? And I'm converting the shop over to all the hub tools. So I picked up this old school Dent Wizard tool, the old Ford tool. It has a little BB end, right? The little
Tell me
BB
about
end.
it.
I'm digging this thing, dude. I haven't had one in a long time, and little Ryan Jarasco had one, and he pushed out this dent in a. I saw a picture of a dent that he pushed out on this Cherokee, and he's like, I didn't even use rubber. I didn't use tape. I didn't use anything. I went straight in with this thing, and I was like, there's no way. He's like, I'm telling you. It pushes soft, but it can push hard at the same time. Like if you need to make a hard push, it will, but it pushes soft like it's got a rubber tip on it.
You know, I think that those tips are perfect for bodyline dents.
Yes.
Something about that little, it could get in that bodyline.
Yeah, it's a really good. I got this one from A1. It's a shorter version. And
how long is that? Like,
I think it was 15 inches.
Okay, that seems like a perfect size.
And Anson has the longer one, so stainless. It's awesome, and it's pretty cheap. I think it was like $100, $111 or something.
Okay.
So let's get our first guest on. Let me get him on the call here. We're doing some mix-up stuff here. Obviously, we're doing a check-in. We got some guys doing videos, some guys doing calls. Kind of just left it up and just whoever felt comfortable and get them on. So let's get them on here.
Hello?
What's up, Michael?
What's up?
So this is Michael from the Dent Sorcery over here in Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
What's up, sir? This is Manny. I thought we were gonna play on. I thought we were gonna play on joke on you, like, hey, we need a quote for a dent.
So,
hey, it wouldn't be the first time someone messaged me late at night for a dent repair.
Hey, you know they that's a good thing.
Yeah. Hey.
Certainly late at night on a Friday when they want you there Saturday morning.
Yeah.
How do you handle? So, say you get home. It's like 5:30 in the afternoon. How do you handle if a customer calls you at 5:30, you don't pick up the phone, they leave a message saying, I hope you can make it out tomorrow morning. What do you do? Do you call them back or do you let them wait till the next day?
It depends on what kind of customer. If it's like a body shop, I will probably call them back. If it was a customer, honestly, I don't do next day repair for customers. So unfortunately, because I'm kind of always booked out for the week, so I don't really take care of that. But as far as like body shops, absolutely, I'll call them right back, and I always leave room in my week for those kind of emergencies for body shops, because there's always a blend panel.
Oh yeah,
it's Friday, you know, at the body shop. Their mentality is every car's got to go to them.
Yeah.
Let's get this done. So
we've had it for 3.5 weeks, but it needs to go now.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So how's business up there?
Business is good. You know, just rocking and rolling every day. Been getting some early starts every day. Just, you know, body shops to let me in early because, again, I'm just kind of taking as much as I can right now. So yeah, it's pretty busy. You know, I've been at the shop a few days a week.
And you just opened up a retail shop, a couple months ago?
I did. It's going well. I had some Google problems in the beginning.
You? But no. I'm in Google jail, so I know all about it.
No, yeah, it's been going well. You know, the first few months it was almost like a storage facility because of the Google problem. But since I've gotten that taken care of, and since my new website went up, I'm getting at least like 5 or 6 emails, every week at least. And for my retail, that's enough for me because I'm doing some dealer stuff and some body shops and stuff like that. So it's growing. I'm just trying to get some more reviews, man. That's tough.
Yeah.
Are you sending them the link?
I do. I've it's been difficult. Usually when I tell people, when they're leaving, I'm always like, "Hey, how'd you hear about me?" And then I'm always like, "That's great. I'm glad you heard from me from Google. Could you write me a review so other people could find me just like you did?" So typically when I get them like that, I always get the review, but sometimes,
you need to pitch it like you're a small business. You're trying to grow your business, and if they could help you out and leave a review, a lot of people like that. It kind of reminds them, hey.
Something I learned at MTE is just send them that link. If you send them the link, it is easier and bigger chance for them to just click, get to the review and post it than just reminding them of them. For some reason, I tried that coming back home, and I picked up some pretty good reviews. But the hard thing about that is just it's time consuming. Like, you gotta wait a long time for all those reviews to build up.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
It takes time.
Yeah, I did that BMW the other day. It was a convertible BMW Access. It was a nightmare. It was on the body line on the quarter panel. And then the detailer next to me, he took the job after me. He cleaned the car. And we were both like, yeah, we both asked him for reviews. And the guy he just stiffed us both on. So it is what it is, I'm just glad to still be out there pushing dents, and, that's enough for me. So we'll grow. We grow every day.
Now, is all of this stuff is stuff that you built, that you put in project last year through the pandemic, or is this something that you just unrolled this year, just out of nowhere?
What was that?
Is this stuff that you planned for since last year, since that pandemic, or is this stuff that just you decided to just unroll this year?
I mean, I just kind of take every opportunity for it is. Okay. So the opportunity was presented in front of me, and I just took it, and it's been going okay so far. If that's what awesome. You're asking, I'm sorry. There's kind of like an echo. I can't hear it too well.
What he's asking is if you've added anything that you've made some changes to try to get reviews and grow business since the pandemic, or is it stuff that you've already had in place?
Well, it's kind of the same stuff that I'm sorry. It's stuff that I already had in place. Typically, customers for me are a drop off, and then honestly, a lot of times we'll do the whole exchange where I'll lock the key in the door and they'll bring the spare. So I'm trying. My wife and I just had a great idea with hand sanitizers. We were just out to dinner the other day. We're going to buy like a 24 pack of small little hand sanitizers, and just leave them in the cup holder with a little note that'll say, thank you for your business. If you'd like to leave us a review and things like that. So awesome. I am trying to make some changes. So hopefully, not hopefully, we will make that happen. And just it's been a good learning experience, running the shop, also running around like a crazy person. But I enjoy that stuff. I enjoy the hustle. I enjoy going out there every day. And, some days I'm at like 5-6 places, and, you just got to get them done. And that's just what I'm good at. And I enjoy it.
How many days on and off are you doing in the shop? Are you doing 2 days in the shop, 3 days in the shop, and then the rest mobile? How are you planning that?
So I try to, I have some dedicated days that I try to do at the shop. So I'm there Mondays, Tuesdays, and then Thursdays. Also, I've been there Saturdays as well. A lot of customers, they can't, get to me during the week. My schedule's chaotic. Theirs is also. And then I do 2 days, you know, at dealerships, and I always, again, like I'll leave time in between for those emergencies, because I do cover so many body shops. You know, I'm constantly getting phone calls, so I just kind of try to leave some time in between there. I know they're gonna call, so I try to not like pack myself up with a bunch of retails, especially the stuff that I like to take on. You know, I'll try to take on some really, you know, some stuff that'll take me all day long, but. Like I'll do 2 days at the dealership, and I'll do like 2.5 days at the shop, and then, you know, in between there, I'm just kind of ping ponging around from body shops and stuff like that. So
yeah,
nice.
Well, brother, good luck out there. Me and Mike talk periodically. I kind of check in on him. I've been telling him, when you moving to Baltimore, come on down. You're like 2 hours away. Let's do this. You know, come on. I hope you enjoy your
world. It'd be nice.
I hope you enjoy your evening. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. It was great to talk to you both, man. You have yourself a good night. Ryan,
yeah, man. You too.
Nice.
Best wishes to you, brother. Keep rocking it, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys. Have a good night.
See you, brother.
Yep. See you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
What a great dude. I mean, that dude. Did you see his post today? He's like, I promise I'm not buying any more clothes.
You know what? I forgot to tell him right now that I like his he's been showing his face a lot more and more. You too.
Yes, he's getting.
I've seen you guys.
He's who?
You've been showing your face too. You've been showing your face more
I started.
on IG.
I'm just trying to be like you, dude. You know.
Nah, stop it. Now, I think the next guest, it's actually two guys that you don't see on social media.
I don't even know who they are.
So they're from out here, Cali. They've been doing dent repairs for a very, very long time, and they're not social media guys. And I just thought that it would be more than awesome to just bring them in, something out of the outside, you know.
Well, I'm gonna give him a call right now. Let's get him on here.
Yeah. So this is Sean, and then his brother Peter. They are from Santa Monica, California.
Great, this is Peter.
Hey, Peter, this is Manny. We're live on the.
Hey, Manny, how are you, mate?
We're good. We're live on the Dent Digest show on YouTube. And we're calling in, following up with guys, see how everyone's doing. I was just telling everyone that we're about to call two gentlemen that are outside of the social media world. So,
Hey,
why don't you just take a couple minutes to tell us a little bit about you guys? And by the way, it's Ryan Shutt and me on the live show here.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Hey, mate. So I got Manny, I got Sean here. Do you want to have a chat with Sean first?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me. He's just opening up another one of his English beers.
Oh, jeez.
So
is that okay that he's on live on YouTube with he's holding two English beers now, one in each hand? Is that okay?
That's even better.
That's even better.
That's even better. Got it. All right, let me have him put down one. Let me have him put down one of the beers, and then he's going to come on live with you guys. Let me finish transferring him over. Hang on a second. Hang on.
Perfect.
Hey,
Sean.
How we doing, mate?
We're doing good. We're live on the show, and it's Ryan Shutt and myself here, and we're live on YouTube.
What's going on, buddy? How are you?
Good. Sorry, what was your name?
My name is Ryan.
Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
Doing fantastic.
So we're calling in, and checking up with Tex and see how you guys are doing.
Good. I mean, the work keeps coming in. It's slowed down as it did for all of us, but it seems to be picking up, pretty quick here. And there seems to be a never-ending supply of it, as you guys well know, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And Sean,
weird.
We do. Yeah.
You do
kind of
more.
changed the way we're doing it.
You do more retails, body shop, dealers.
You know what? As a result of what's going on worldwide right now, we have actually changed the model. Not intentionally, it kind of just changed on us. So I'd say what we used to do, which was probably 70% wholesale, 30 retail. Now we're back. We're probably doing, I would say, 50-50 or even maybe 60% retail now, just because of the way people's needs have changed.
Yeah.
You know, the body shops are slow, and people are hanging onto their cars and turning in their leases, and they're all at home washing their. I call it the fire station syndrome, which is when, as you probably know, most firemen tend to polish their trucks out the back of the fire station.
Yeah.
So when they show up, and that's kind of what's going on with people. They're washing their own cars, seeing damage, and they want to cut costs. So we've actually worked now, probably, I'd say 50-60% of the time now we're working from home. So we've set ourselves up to work from home. And it's
wow.
nice, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
so it's,
Shutt,
we're getting...
for the people that are watching here that don't know you guys, can you just, in like a minute, can you just tell us a little bit about you?
About us and what we are, who we are?
Yeah.
So basically, Peter and I came from the automotive industry back in England, obviously, many years ago. Came over here and went back into the business, you know, back into the car industry over here, but in the crash repair business. And we've been doing that for the last. Well, Peter just pulled out of it probably about a year and a half ago. I pulled out of it about 15 or more years ago and went on with the paintless dent repair, which was just a transition, as you will. It's a different type. It's the same customer base, basically. And then I've been doing this for all the body shops that I was friends with, you know, and when we had our body shop, which we had for many years, and it just took off, and it was one of the best things that we ever did. You know, it's a more refined version of what we used to do. We're very familiar with the system of dealing with the customers and what their needs are and the expectations and such. So it was fairly easy thing to do. The nice part about doing it, of course, as you all know, is that we don't have to deal with insurance companies. We basically cut that out of the equation. And we already have the clientele because obviously the history in the industry. So for us, it was a lovely little transition. It's more of a retirement type work for us now than working in the body shop business and bowing down to the insurance companies, you know.
It's so crazy how the industry's changed, you know, just in 1 year. Like I have a used car lot next to me and I know the owner and he's like, I came back to the shop like on Monday and everything's gone. And I'm like, did you sell? Like, what's going on? He's like, no, I'm making more money at the auction than I am selling them to people because the price of used cars off the hook.
Yeah, we call that COVID time. So as you can imagine, right now, I mean, whether you're buying a crash helmet for riding your motorcycle, a fishing rod, or a used car, anything that's kind of recreational or cost effective to do, those two aspects, they've gone up 20%. So what used to be $1,000 is now $1,200. And so the used car market came alive because people realized that the leases weren't financially viable anymore and they weren't driving so much. So now a lot of my customers, I'm sure you've seen it too, they are turning their leases in and we ask them what they're going to buy next. And they say, well, we're looking to buy used, you know, cheap runaround cars. Do you know anybody that sells cars? So all of a sudden, the used car market has come alive, hasn't it?
And I think it's going to be even more impacted here in the next 2 to 4 months because of the shortage of this computer chip that the manufacturers can't even make the vehicles right now.
Absolutely.
You know, we have a Ford place and they're like, I have 87 cars on the lot. That's all I have for the next 2.5 months.
Yep. That's exactly right. Yeah, I heard the same thing. I think it's going to be a sort of a hiccup, if you like, but I think it's a good thing because I think people will go back to looking after their equipment and having pride in it. And because the lease thing, in my opinion, personally, the lease thing was a bit of a scam. I always thought it was a bit of a scam.
Yeah.
If you buy right and you look after it, you're going to do better off. You really are. So we're definitely seeing that now, as you said. Used car lots and such, I see inventory significantly down. And my better half, she just went and bought herself a used Benz, and she's downtown LA Motors, and she said that had almost no inventory. So that's interesting.
Well, that's good, man.
But it's a good time. Sadly, I mean, it's sad that this is happening, but for our industry, it's actually it's going quite well. Yeah, frankly. Nice.
We're happy and we're glad that everything's going well for you guys.
Yep.
We appreciate you guys letting us bring you guys on the show and talk a little bit about how you guys are doing.
How's that English beer?
Yeah. The English beer is shocking. If we could just connect the Americans with the English in some areas, like bring proper beer over here, and then bring proper girls back to England, because the American girls are shocking and the American beer is shocking. So if you get the two together, you're a win-win situation.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on.
That's my pleasure, my man. You guys have a fantastic evening, and the next time we'll try and do a video, what have you, and we'll try and stay in contact and do more.
Oh, we're definitely doing it.
Sounds good. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Peter.
I'm buying the beer next time.
Oh, come on.
All right.
I'll see ya.
Good man.
See you guys. Thank you.
You too, mate. Cheers.
Wasn't expecting an English accent. You got me on that one.
Didn't I? And I'm telling you, these guys are so awesome. They're not too big on social media. They've been around for years, and they're doing their thing on the sideline. Yeah. And I think it was just it was going to be great to bring them on, and because I know we got superstars coming on the show.
I
too,
know.
so.
We're going to bring on our next one. It's another one of yours. I'll hit mine after this, but he's been waiting a little while, and looks like he's drinking an English beer over there. So, let me get him on here.
Who's that?
Uh-oh. You ready?
Yeah, bring him on.
Mr.
Hey!
What's going on?
One and only.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Not much, man. Chilling.
Shane's got a busted up hand.
Yep.
Yeah, man, how's that going?
It's seen better days. For
Too
sure.
young for that, man. Too young for that.
Bro, tell me about it. Hey, let me know if is it echoey at all, because I just have it on the speaker, on the computer speaker. I don't know if it's echoey or not.
No, you're good. You're good. Shane, so, we just wanted to call in and see how business is going for you. It's been, it was a crazy year, 2020, and
yep.
I feel like we're on the other side now, but maybe not yet. But how's things going for you?
Honestly, man, it's been going really well. I was chatting with Ryan just before earlier, and man, this is like probably the first week where it's kind of hasn't been like out of control crazy. Like the last 2-3 months has just been, I mean, dude, I've been working late every day, 6 days a week. I'm not complaining, you know what I mean? But it's I know a lot of people are struggling, but I mean, as far as for me, it's been amazing. So can't really ask for anything better, But yeah, I don't know what it is. It's kind of been this whole the whole pandemic and everything. It's just been it's a weird how I have so many people in different I feel like the niche industries, like all the friends I have, and like whether it's PPF or whatever. I mean, all these other industries, like they're killing it. Like last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. People are at home. They just want to spend money, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, just wait. We got a couple more months, and it'll be like the raging 20s here, I see. As soon as all the restrictions come up, it's going to be
there's
going to be more babies and diseases passed along than we've ever seen.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's funny. Someone else was telling me that they saw like a drop in the body shops, maybe like in the last week and a half. Is that what you're seeing out there, Shane?
Yeah. So that was, I'm mostly retail.
Okay.
I do service probably, I don't know, like 10, 15 body shops, maybe. The like 5 to 7 is like a regular basis, but all the body shops that service, man, they definitely got hit hard at first.
Yeah.
You know, I think they were saying like 60%. There was like a 60% decrease in accidents. Yeah. So I mean, you can imagine for the body shops, man, they got hit hard at first, you know, and you know, I had a few that were just like, man, if we could just get a couple cars in just to make it past this month, you know, that would be perfect, you know, and so they've been kind of up and down, you know, on as far as the ones that I service. I mean, I'm sure it's the same all around, but yeah, you know, they've been kind of like all of them, you know. I mean, and I have all kinds of body shops, you know, higher end body shops and whatnot, but they all kind of got hit the same, you know. It's been very up and down, and you know, I think now they're finally starting to you know, get back into the groove of things.
Yeah, I would say probably the last 2 weeks here, it's finally. I'm like, okay, the shops are getting busier. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it coming. You know, the crazy thing that we're having here is a lot of my body shop guys, like owners, they can't find help. You know, like the wash guys, and because some of the people are still making such good money on unemployment. Like, I was at a customer's house last week, and he told me he was making like 40 grand a year sitting at home for the last year.
Crazy.
And I'm like, what the hell am I working so hard for? Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's I mean, honestly, if you drive around, you see those help wanted signs kind of all over the place. Restaurants, all, you know, retail, all of them. People. I think a lot of people got comfortable this last year, you know, with all the free money people are giving out. So,
you know, I'm not gonna lie. I know someone who is upset because they had to go back to work, and they were just more comfortable making more money last year, just staying at home. And I'm just like, wow.
I think this also changed people's perspective in life. I know it did mine. You know, it changed my perspective. I was that ride or die, grind it out, get everything done that I can get done every single day, work 7 days a week, didn't care. And now I'm kind of like, I can do it tomorrow. Let me go and see my kid and play.
Yeah.
And, you know, it changed me. It really did. It was good for me, but
sure.
I don't know, man. It's just different out there, dude. Yeah. People are different, you know, it's just.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's definitely, I mean, a lot of things changed, you know, between, you know, I think that it brought a lot of people like closer together as far as like that family unit and being around, you know, that aspect, you know, and, you know, but then also, you know, a lot of people struggle because they weren't able to go anywhere too, you know, like it's kind of like a lot of like, you know, it's been a lot of like up and downs, you know, in those aspects, you know, mentally and, you know, and for me at first it was like I was just grinding all last year because it was like I don't know what's gonna happen. It might just completely you know, fully everything might get shut down. You don't know. So I just kind of just put my head down and I worked all through. You know, last year it's just been crazy and because you know, like I wasn't sure. You know, it dropped down for like a week. You know, right after everything shut down, and I was like, damn, like. Here we go, you know, it's gonna be bad, you know, and it literally lasted 1 week and then it just shot back up and it didn't let up all year, you know, and luckily, you know, but at first it was like really, you know, stressing because I wasn't sure and that kind of just kept me kind of with my head down all through last year and, you know, and it ended up being a great year, but there was always that like in the back of your mind, like, damn, like, what's going to happen? You know, are they going to shut everything down? Or like, you know, they're really going to like, am I going to have to like not work? And so it was like that stress was always there all year, just lingering there, you know? Yeah. And you know, but there's a lot of pros and cons I think of last year, you know.
I think there was a big step for you, right? Congratulations. Cause I think you got your house.
Yeah. Yep. Finally got a house, man.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah. You know, and it's weird. It's just crazy. You know, it's like, you know, it's bittersweet. And, you know, it's like you see all these people struggling and like, you know, and like last year I had a, you know, killer year, allowed me to, to do this for my family and finally and get a house and all that. And man, it's just like, it's just one of those things where you're like, man, you're happy and all that, but then you also see other people struggling, and you're like, man, this is like,
yeah,
it kind of like, you're like, man, which way what my emotions are all over the place here,
Well, I think that's just the free will that we have in life, that, that no matter what the situation is, you still have a choice of which direction it is that you want to go.
Sure.
Do you want to go down with the rest of it, or do you want to find a way up? And I think that you're proven to that, that meanwhile, everything's a cause, you find a way to provide for your family and find the best things,
Absolutely,
That's
man.
awesome, man.
Absolutely,
I think some of that is our career too. I think a lot of dent guys are kind of resilient, kind of figure, because we've always had to. There isn't a guidebook out there that says this is how you get accounts or customers. We just figure it out. So I think that really helps in your daily life.
Yeah, totally. And I think that's I love that about our industry. You know what I mean? It's actually it's so motivating. It's like you go every time every year you go to MTE, and it's like every tech you talk to has such an awesome story. You know what I mean? And it's like almost everyone's had like a certain struggle or a certain these things that they have to overcome, and it's just like, man, I love that about this industry. It's like everybody has such a good story, you know, and I definitely think we're built different. For sure.
And if you guys don't know, you got to watch Shane, because he does some really, really good repairs. He's got some pretty good cars that he works on daily, and you do a really good job just kind of following you through your day. So definitely keep up the good work.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. And it's like, man, it helps, having so many great techs, just all around social media, and just, creating those relationships, you know what I mean? It's like, and even just in SoCal, man, we have such a freaking awesome group of techs out here, man. It's crazy, like
it is different on that side of the world. It is different from here.
So, but it's also like, I don't think any of us feel like bitter against anybody else. We all have such a cool relationship, and I love that, like Manny's not too far, we're not too far from each other, we're 45 minutes maybe, but, we all just, we all just kind of come together. It's just it's a good atmosphere, man. It's a lot of guys to look up to and follow, and, everyone's doing good things. So I love it.
100.
I spoke to a guy in California today, in Modessa, California. Is that how you pronounce that? Modessa, or I can't even remember where it was, but he didn't even have a dent guy down there.
Really
interesting. There's a few pockets where there's no dent guys. Like, I mean, there's like up like San Bernardino or Santa Barbara, whatever. People are like, hey, can you come up here? I'm like, that's like 2 hours away. I'm not coming up there.
Yeah, Modesto.
And that's the thing. That's what I always tell everyone. It's just like, even if you brought all the dent techs together, there is still not enough to cover all the cars there is in California.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just, it's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you think like, we all like, there's techs, or there's a lot of techs, more techs are coming, but man, we live, there's millions of cars here, man. Like,
it's like,
to them all.
And we all have our niche.
Yeah.
We all have our own niche kind of repairs.
Sure.
Customers, so I don't know. I think we're pretty fortunate in this business.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What's up with you guys? I mean, how's business been for you guys, man?
It's been good. It's been just different. You know what I mean? Just customers are kind of finicky, weird, very short. Like the East Coast is very different than the West Coast.
Yeah.
Here it's very fast paced. You guys are so much more relaxed and chill. Like I talked to David from Pacific Coast PDR, and he's like, "What's up, dude?" Just kind of hanging out. And I'm like,
probably by the beach.
I'm like, dude, it's just different here. But it's been good. I mean, business has been rocking. I opened up a retail shop, so it's been a little bit of a growing, and people are like, "You're crazy for doing that right now," and I'm like, what do I got to lose? You know what I mean? Worst I could do is close the door and still do mobile. I mean, there's nothing to lose there. It isn't like you have a retail business that your retail business isn't going to work on the street. So,
right.
But it's been good. People are just, like I said, I really think in the next 4 to 6 months, business is going to change a lot for us because the used car market kind of took a little bit of a hit because the interest rates, the loan rates were so cheap on the new cars that people were just buying new. It was better to buy a new car than used. But bro, if you can't get a new car, and the used cars are out there,
and I've noticed too. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I mean, all the used car market, man, the prices have gone up so crazy. Like, I mean, it's I mean, everything is so top dollar right now, and even I mean. I'm in like the whole, off-road endeavor scene too. And like all that stuff, like all those hobbies, like all these like trucks, everything is just, I mean, the prices that people are asking for, 10, 15-year-old cars, you're like, what is going on? It's crazy. Everything's so premium priced right now. It's I can see why people are not buying used, when there's 4 or 5-year-old vehicles that are barely cheaper than a new one, I'm not even kidding. It's crazy.
Yeah, and they're not there. Like it's so, the bad part on our business on this whole thing that's going on, I feel like if you're working wholesale, you're fixing really, really bad stuff because that's all they can buy.
Right.
The trade-ins are just beat, so I don't know. It's just different, but hey, it's better than sitting at home.
That's right.
Well, Shane, I really appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, man.
Like I said,
you.
I'm going to get Shane on for an episode, just him, and pluck that brain of his because he does a really good job.
Hell yeah, man. Anytime.
He could teach us about lines.
Yeah, baby. Lines don't lie,
Oh, lines. I can't see a damn thing with lines.
Shows you the light, man. Come to the dark side.
You have a great night, man.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Shane.
You guys too. All right. We'll
see you later.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Shane.
What a great dude. He does a really good job. He's a badass tech. He really is.
Yeah. If I want to become a line board guy, I want to be like Shane.
I won't be able to fix a damn thing. Well, let me get this next one. We are rocking through these guys. Like I said, we're
man. Hope everyone's
in. We got a couple
enjoying it.
more. Let me get this guy on. He's a busy guy, and I wanted to get some. He was on the show a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to kind of get his mind on how everything went and his new location. What's up, Matt?
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
how are you?
Doing well.
Are your hands dirty?
Following a badass tech like Shane, I'm already intimidated being here, man.
Are your hands dirty?
They are very dirty tonight, man. I'm out at the shop. My guys have been at the shop till after midnight every night this week pushing, and I am joining in the fun tonight.
No vest and dirty hands. We're in bad shape.
Not living my best life today. No, we're doing well. We got a lot of cars. It's good. So,
nice.
How did your PDR 101 event go?
Went really well. It was a small group, mainly because we, in my opinion, waited. We only did it about a month out when we posted it. It's also weird because I'm recruiting and marketing and telling people about it that are not in the PDR world, and so whatever little reputation I have in this industry doesn't transfer to body men. So I'm having to kind of educate them, which is actually, in my opinion, it makes it where the content has to be really good at that point. So we had a small group event, but it made it really, really more intentional for the guys that were there. And every single one of them, we did a little recap video at the end, and every single one of them basically was just blown away. And all of them are now on a different plan. And that was kind of unique to the PDR 101. The whole goal was that you can't streamline entrance into this career that everyone's career is going to look different. Everyone's path is going to look different. And all three of them have a path in front of them to be successful if that's what they want to be in PDR. And we followed up with, I've gotten in touch with two of the guys that were there for both days. And we had a couple more guys that were able to tag in for one day, but weren't there for the whole thing. So it was great. It was a good time. And we're going to do another one later in the summer. Looking at probably July. We've got to put the dates together, but yeah, we're excited about it.
Now, if you guys don't know, go ahead, Manny. You were going to ask a question.
I was actually going to ask Matt, are you planning to have anything like that for MTE, like one of the education classes or anything like that?
That's a great question. To be honest,
because I'll sign up for it. I'll sign up.
Well, so I mean, we've got a couple of educational things that we'd like to do. We've got a very large facility, and it can host and do a good bit, honestly, and that's something we want to do. We feel like we have a little bit of a voice in the industry and want to share some stuff. One of the things that we're more than likely going to do, not I want to be in the shop and get everything running in it, but more than likely after MTE next year, we're going to do something, host kind of a retail shop seminar or summit for guys who are in the industry, who are thinking about going into a retail shop, maybe hiring their first employees. That'll be very specific to guys that are successful techs like yourself, but maybe want to take some of those next steps about hiring. We're working on what that's going to look like, but there's a potential that I would teach something in MTE for that. This event was a very if you're a body met, a painter, a detailer, someone who might be interested in PDR, and it's just you don't really know what options are in front of you, so you do a Google search, and Google, whoever pays the most ad money is going to get the top ad, and you don't know whether that's the right fit or not. And in my opinion, one trainer would be a really good fit for one person, and another trainer would be a really good fit for another person. And maybe watching videos at home and training yourself is another fit for another person. And so what we wanted to do was just basically say, look, we're not experts, but we are professionals, and we'd like to be a resource. And if you can come in and in a couple of days, my whole sales pitch was for this PDR 101, in 2 days, you will not be a big PDR tech, but you'll know if you want to be one. And then we can put you on that path. And it was just a super blunt, straightforward, to anyone who's just kind of considering a career, but doesn't maybe want to quit their day job and pay X amount of dollars for training and tools and doesn't even know what the tools to buy.
Right.
This way they get to use tools, get to use actual lights, we were showing them different types of lights. We were showing them different types of tools. We had carts set up and
no lines,
and then,
right?
What's that? No lines. No, I never learned on a line, so I'm not a line board guy. But we had a couple of different types of hail lights and door ding lights, and showed kind of the options that were there, and it was good. It was I felt like the guys that were there really got a lot out of it, and for me, when you teach something, you have to almost like vet why you do things. It makes me. And some of my techs helped with this process, and I feel like it helps me and my techs to be better at what we do, because it makes us vet. Well, why do we do this thing? Why do we put our light here? Why do we whatever? There's so many things that just come naturally to us as techs. So I really like that. And honestly, for the PDR, kind of the idea of maybe doing a retail type thing is honestly, selfishly, it's for the same reasons. It makes me vet why I do the things I do before I teach someone else how to do it. So it'll make my shop better because I'm constantly curating and making sure it's the best it can be.
That's the same thing that I thought when I saw you opening up your new shop, that I was just like, wow, just out of all the things that he learned, that he, that he went through on his first shop, he's just going to put it into his second shop. And I can't wait to just see everything else that unrolls with it, so congratulations.
Yeah. It's a lot of hard work, and it, obviously everybody who's in this business knows that anything you do is going to be hard work, and growing it is hard. And, but I mean, it's somewhat cheesy, but I have a great team, great crew, and we have a lot of fun together. And we're all friends outside of work, and so we just enjoy being together. And I think we would drive our wives crazy because we enjoy being around each other so much. But it's and so it's neat that as we've grown, I mean, we're at a total of between full-time employees as well as some subs that are essentially team members. We have 14 people that are part of our team right now.
Nice.
And so it's kind of neat. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it was just me. And so it's an exponential curve, it feels like. And
That's awesome.
I would say any version of success that we've had has been because we've been patient and hired the right people. It's not because I'm some whatever. It's just because we got the right people in place that are the right right fit for what we're doing.
Matt is a very strategic and methodical thinker in processes. So if you ever need to pick his mind on processes,
I think you meant to actually say Matt's a nerd. Is that what you were trying to say? Just a dork. No, I am sometimes to a fault, but yeah, I can. They call it analysis paralysis. So you're almost like analyzing so much data that you don't know what to even do with all that data. But yeah, I mean, it has allowed me doing that has allowed me to really, once I hire the right people and if I believe the data is real, then you kind of just like, okay, I'm gonna step back. It's almost like the Moneyball type thing in baseball. It's like, sabermetrics. Like if you have the right amount of data and you put the right people that believe in it and buy into it in place, you're going to be successful. And it's good. So it's been fun. The new shop's fun. It's getting growing, and I made the I wouldn't call it bold move. I would call it I don't know, whatever it is, foolhardy move of both adding a second shop and bringing all of our film installs, our window tint, our ceramic, our window tint, and our paint protection film all in house, as well as opening a full ceramic coating dedicated wing of the business between both locations. So I expanded into three separate services, basically film, ceramic, and PDR, and I hired the second location all at kind of roughly the same time.
And that's in like a shopping center, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did you get that zoned?
In ours, it's general retail. I can't even remember what they call it in that county. Every county has it zoned differently, but I just basically said I looked it up, and automotive was not blocked in this zone, and so we went into them. When we put on our paperwork, we are a window film install shop because they know what that is, and they know how to take that. Detail shops can be a little scary for shit cities because the water runoff. So we didn't put detail, and dent repair. They don't really have that. So then if you put a body shop, then some places get a little funny about that. So we're zoned in that county as a window film install shop. Part of the reason I actually brought it all in-house was just to legitimize that zoning, just in case we ever were audited. That was a reason. It wasn't like it was a strategic reason to make sure that we were doing that. But we've been selling window film for a long time now. We've just always used contractors, and had them kind of certain days of the week. They were always at our shop, and we've just brought that in-house in the last 6 months. So
nice. And if you guys don't know, he owns Easy Dent Repair in Georgia. Some of you guys don't know. And if you don't know, you've been under a rock. So
seriously.
Well, I don't want to hold you up too much. You got like 3,000 hail cars to fix over there.
No, it's weird. We actually didn't even have a hailstorm here. We had a little Georgia storm last weekend, and we've gotten a couple of calls, but it's nothing major. But we got really just stupidly lucky. So the Gulf Shores storm that happened that like crushed everything over spring break, a convention center got hit, and that convention center happened to be hosting a cheerleading competition, and there were 3 cheerleading groups that are all within 5 miles of my shop that were there at the exact same time. So all the parents, and these are, if your kid's into cheerleading, awesome. But most of the parents that are into cheerleading drive big, huge SUVs and big, huge trucks.
Yeah.
So I've got, I don't know how many jacked up F-150s and, Silverados in the back right now. And those all hold their value fairly well, which means these are pretty big storm, pretty big damage, and pretty big tickets. So it's a lot of paperwork. They're beat to hell. It's bad. I mean, these are baseball bats just taken everywhere. But we've been, because of the retail shop and because of the people that we have in place, we've been more and more over the last 2 years bringing on more and more things that were kind of hybrid repairs, where we still did the PDR portion, and then we would subcontract out a collision center for the paint. We actually had a collision repair towed to our shop this morning. They were literally in a collision, but it's all for the most part swaps. And so we're doing all the parts, and then we're subcontracting out on the collision center for the paint itself. And that's something we've been putting into practice over the last, probably I'd say 18 months pretty heavily. And so we're very comfortable in that realm. You know, bringing a paint booth in house and being a DRP is not something that we really ever see in our future, but we like what we're doing now, which is we get all the labor of the parts or all the profit on the parts and all the profit on the labor. And then we just sub out the messy part basically. So we let them have that. So
sometimes I feel that we could probably fix cars better than some of the body techs. I mean, with all respect to all the body guys right there. But, you know, there's a lot of times where it's just like, you know, we could see how panels are not aligned and they couldn't see that in the shop. But it's just like, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, you're also with body man, you're traditionally, I mean, I love body man. We have a lot of friends that are, but traditionally they're less patient than PDR techs. And so they'll get impatient with the repair and get it to whatever the percentage is. And then as soon as they get past the threshold where they can put some mud on it, nowadays that's what ends up happening a lot. And if they aren't putting mud on it, they're stud welding. And so, you know, you got your own issues with that. So, you know, so yeah, I'm with you. I mean, we've got a lot of these repairs that because of COVID parts being on back order, especially with the GMs, things like roof panels are back ordered and expensive as shit, and they're taking forever to get in. And so we're actually doing a push to paint on things that a year ago we would have just kicked, but we're getting good money on. I mean, we're getting really, really good money on push to paint roofs right now because of parts. And so, and the body shops are encouraging it because they are, you know, in the past they wouldn't mind cutting a roof, but right now they can't even get their hands on a part. So they just, you know, in order to not screw up their cycle time, they prefer push to paint. So, so yeah, I know that wasn't what you were calling about though. So sorry, I just
hey, it's all good. It's what we're here to do. We're just checking in. Nothing, you know. I appreciate you coming on. You get back to pushing some hail with your boys.
Yeah, we got to get 2 cars out tonight, so we got to finish, and I got one guy finishing up a ceramic coating that's got to be delivered tomorrow as well. So.
And it's already 10 o'clock. I see the clock back there.
I think it's 10 here now. Well, I'll be up here for another hour and a half or so. I won't stay. I'll let them lock up, but I'm old, so I got to get my beauty rest. So.
Well, Matt, I'm sure I'll talk to you. I'd call Matt all the time. I'm like, how do you do this? How do you do that? He's like,
usually I just fake it till I make it, man. That's the secret. So.
You have a great evening, and
thank you, bud.
I will chat with you.
Good to see you guys. Thanks, man.
See you, buddy.
Thanks, Ryan. See you.
Bye-bye.
Man,
dude, he's on a different level, my friend.
A lot of successful people on this show today.
He's on a different level, you know. I bug him all the time, you know, and just kind of pick his brain. And
I've learned a lot from his videos, I'll tell you. Go ahead, Ryan.
He's just, I don't know, you know, different breed. He's really, like I said, methodical and detailed, and he's doing good stuff, you know. What are you drinking?
Mountain Dew.
He's got to keep himself awake. It's like,
this is no vodka and Sprite. This ain't no vodka and Sprite. That's what you thought.
Man.
This is just some Mountain Dew, man. Come on.
I was like, what is he drinking? It's kind of glowing in the dark.
No, you know what? It kicked in hot today in California. It's just the whole last week. It's been 60, 50.
That's
I don't
hot.
know where.
That's hot?
No. Last week, I'm saying today. It just kicked in 80, 90, and
that's Augusta. It was 84 today, and they're calling for 40s tomorrow. I'm like, or on Saturday, and I'm like, but that's fine because that's how we get hail.
True.
I'll take a nice hot day, a nice cold come in, and another hot day, and man, he's flying to Baltimore to help me with some hail.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get this next guy on the phone.
Who else you got up?
Hello.
Don't sound so grumpy.
Hello.
This is Alex from the Den Hunters. How can I help you?
Hey, Alex.
What's up, buddy?
Not much. Sorry, I was watching the show and there's like a delay.
You don't watch this show.
I heard you say grumpy before I heard it in my
So how's the Arizona
Can you guys hear me all right?
You sound
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, sound great.
I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
Come on, you guys are still in your day. You know, I'm at 10 o'clock at night over here already. So
7
I
o'clock
know.
here.
how
Yeah, it's 7 here too.
how's the weather?
It's good. It's good. The last 2 days were real nice. Saturday's supposed to be 101 though, so
Wow.
yeah, hot. I ordered 2 extra Get a Grip umbrellas now.
Okay.
Wow. Are you,
Yeah, well, I got rid of my truck.
oh,
What was that?
What'd you get?
A Transit 250.
Okay. Look at that, moving into the
A
big
bigger
time.
Transit. Yeah.
Did you
Well, I
logo
saw all my Arizona Dent buddies in the smaller Transits, and I was like, I could fit more in my Tacoma.
True.
I need the bigger one.
How are the boys doing over there?
They're good. Everyone's pretty busy.
Yeah.
Arizona's kind of crazy. For example, I went to one store, did like 20 cars on Tuesday, didn't go there today or yesterday, went there today, and now I almost had a brain aneurysm because there's 40 cars for me to do.
wow.
And I don't you know what I mean? Like, how do I get that done?
Yeah.
You know, but I called some people today, and I got a guy coming to help me tomorrow, so
Nice.
it'll be good. Billy from True Dent Removal. You ever heard of him?
No.
Cool. He's a younger guy, but he's a good tech.
Yeah.
So I think he's he's deciding to go back on the hill trail or stay in Arizona now. So
I always tell
told him
my
I'd
wife
give him work if he stays.
one place I would move if I could retire would be Arizona. Dry.
You should, man.
Nice and dry. I don't want to take all your business.
No, I'll give you business. I'll give you business.
Oh man.
You'll be the third guy he needs.
So did you get that did you get that Transit all logoed up and stuff, or what? Are you rolling incognito?
No. A lot of people have been asking me that, and I was like, if I slow down, I'll letter it up.
Yeah.
But I don't do a lot of retail.
Oh,
So I grew up in a body shop. My dad owned a body shop for 28 years, so my whole life I was in the body shop world and met a lot of people. But I mean, it's either body shops or dealers that people I know. So
Yeah.
would you say like 50%?
hard to get out of that.
Would you say like 50% dealerships, 40% body shop, and like 10% retail? What's your margins?
You probably right there.
Yeah.
Maybe like 60% dealer, 30% body shop, 10% retail.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I got some really good accounts, wholesale accounts that, you know, not the typical thing you hear. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
So
You got some pretty good techs in your
but
area.
yeah.
You know, I know you're pretty close with
They're
like
good
Jeff
they're good.
and Shalat.
Yeah, David Slot. Yeah. I'm gonna move right next to him, open up a retail shop.
Oh, that sounds like a really good idea.
No, he bought when Dave Slot moved out here, he bought a house where I want to like get my forever home in that same neighborhood. So when I found that out, I was like, dude, I'm gonna be your neighbor one day.
What'd he say?
But he said, come on up. Come on up. He'll be retired by the time I move up there, so I don't think he cares.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people don't know you're a big hunter.
Yeah, that's where the name came from.
Just hunting some. What do you go hunting for?
I'm really into the species of white-tailed deer called coos deer, and they're only in Mexico, Arizona, and that's pretty much it. They're in a little part of New Mexico, but Arizona and Mexico, they came from Mexico.
Yeah.
The Sonoran Desert. And I really like those. I like hunting elk, but it's really hard to get drawn for that.
Yeah.
I have a question. What glue are you using out in Arizona?
Cam Auto. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That stuff is brutal.
What was that?
Stuff is brutal. It pulls hard here.
Yeah, I've been using Cam Auto year round since I tried it, pretty much. Before that, I was using the green glue.
Yeah, man.
You ever try that bubble gum? That
No, I haven't.
bubble gum?
Manny's gonna have a package full of bubblegum glue because I don't use it.
So I don't know. I've been going crazy about this bubblegum glue. I saw it on the market it's been around for a long time, but something just threw me to it that I read that it was like good for like hot summer, weather conditions, and it's
like
it's really strong. And I liked it because it was pink. So
Does it taste like gum?
No, I have not tasted it. California, we'll get some hot weather down here, and I just started using it. I'm just like, it's so amazed how well it works in the hot climate weather. So that's why I was just curious to see if you were using it down there too.
I'm a green glue, cactus green, baby.
Green
And the tequila fire, that's been working really, really good in the when you're in the direct sun, the car's been sitting there for hours and it's hot, it works really well. So
Have you guys tried the tequila collision glue?
Not yet.
I haven't. I've got some, but I haven't had anything that I want to pull the paint off of. So
Yeah, I tried it in Arizona, dude, and I can't get it to work.
really, what's it doing?
I could not get that glue to work. It just won't set.
Yeah.
It you can't get that. It just won't set. I haven't tried it to leave it for minutes, but like I've left it for 2-3 minutes. It won't set here.
Huh. Interesting.
Yes, that's what's amazing, that how all these glues work different in different states.
Yeah. Like tab weld here.
Yeah.
Trash. Can't use it. Can't use it.
Yeah, dude. Some people say I know one tech that loves tab weld in Arizona, but I've never gotten that stuff to work here.
But you guys, like Manny love that stuff, right?
You got to try this bubblegum glue. I am telling you, I don't know.
Is it good?
Oh, I'm telling you, in this hot weather here in California, it is pulling very, very nice.
Hard.
3 seconds. I counted the other day. Paul counted.
3 seconds?
3 seconds. No lie. Dead center.
I'm gonna have to try it.
You know the little round dead center, the smallest ones?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not every glue can pull on those tabs.
Yeah.
This bubblegum glue, yep, you won't miss it every single time. And so I recommend it.
Now
I'm gonna have to try it. You should send me your bubblegum glue, Ryan.
I'm sending it out, man. It for me, it doesn't work. You know what I did do was I mixed some glues. So I mixed. I'm trying to blow through. Like I got some of those. What was it, like little goodie bags from Anson? Whenever I would order, so I have like this box full of just random color glues. So I've been trying to blow through some of this stuff, So I mixed that. What is it, like Gear Tracks or whatever it was? It was like a turquoise glue and then purple mix. Man, that stuff was snapping hard. I mean, I was like, holy crap, this stuff, we need to mix these together for good. But, the hog glue didn't work for me either. Hog glue here, for me, this doesn't stick. But then, like, you see Chris at Dentless Touch, he's kind of in the same area, and he likes the hog glue. So, I don't know. I think it's preference, too.
Yeah.
It's that set time.
A lot of people like.
What were you saying? Mr. Hunter?
I said a lot of people like the hog glue here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of them.
Yeah,
I love the hog glue.
Yeah, I bought a bag of hog glue. I pulled paint on 2 different vehicles, and I stopped using it.
Hey, I've had that type of week too. I mean, pulling paint with Glexo this week, so that was a first, you know. So
Yeah.
stuff happens.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
It was
you guys were talking with Shane about the used car market, and it's crazy here in Arizona, dude.
yeah, it is.
I bought my truck 2 years ago, put like 50,000 miles on it. I bought for $27,500. I sold it to a dealership for $31,000. And then they turned around, sold it for $37,000. What the guy that bought it, I was the second owner of that truck. The guy that bought it new paid $38,000. So, I mean, the used car market totally messed
Yeah.
up. And everyone's doing really good in Arizona right now, but you know, it's almost like the housing market here. It's doing so well, it's got to come down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I mean, it's got to correct
So,
itself. But
yeah.
you know, well, I appreciate. Me and Alex talk quite a bit too, and you know, he's been a follower of the show since the beginning. So I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man. Same here.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
I thought you hung up on us.
I'm coming for that trophy. No. I'm coming for that trophy in August, though, Manny.
Oh, man. Do I hear a duel here?
Make sure you bring some of this bubblegum glue to Vegas.
Yeah.
It's gonna work on that pillar, I'm telling you.
Do I hear a challenge here, Manny? I just heard you got challenged. Manny got challenged. Everybody hear this. Manny got challenged. The 30-some people that are watching, Manny got challenged.
I got my ultra cannon. I'm practicing, man, every day after 6 o'clock.
I can't fix those dents. You know.
You won't know unless you try, right?
I'll just crack paint. I need to wet sand everything, and you know I can't fix those dents.
You know, I got to tell you that, you know, we wait all year for that 45-minute rush, you know, or 90-minute rush, and it's fun, man. Right?
You know what's fun? Me sitting there with a drink in my hand, watching you guys sweat for the whole weekend. That's the best part about that.
It is fun, man. So that means that I'll see you in MT Vegas then.
Yeah.
All right.
Now you don't have a choice. So I hear a challenge. Whoever wins out of you two, I'm
I
buying.
probably won't even play
I'm buying food and drink for that day.
All right.
for that day.
Well,
all right. I'll bring all my friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm bringing the wife, so you're paying for two, right?
Hey, whatever it takes.
Oh
Whatever
man,
it
I'm
takes.
excited. I'm excited. We got what 4 more months for that, so looking forward to it.
Alex, you have a fantastic evening, buddy.
Yep. Yeah, you
See
too,
you,
guys.
Alex.
Great show.
I'll see you.
Best wishes to see you, brother.
Bye-bye. What a good dude, too, man. We got some good dudes on here tonight. I wish we could just keep going. We got one more,
Okay.
but he hasn't logged on yet, and I don't have his phone number. So, you know, I've emailed him, sent him over the link, so hopefully he'll load on here. Manny's going to get on the phone, and I'm going to talk about something real quick. I know Manny wasn't involved. The Dream event. Obviously, we're a week behind because I didn't have the show last week, but I actually really enjoyed it. There were a couple things. There were some technical issues some guys were having. You know, I do the live stuff every week, so it's pretty easy for me to navigate. But it was pretty cool. They had a kind of like a speed dating, but like a speed networking thing. And you got in this room and you would click and you would turn on your camera and it would just generate, and whoever else was on it would bring them on. So you never knew who was coming, and you only had 3 minutes, right? Bro, it was pretty cool because I got to there were only a few of us in there because nobody really knew what it was. And I would get Ben Ridley from Those Dent Guys show. And if you guys haven't checked out their show, bro, that is the best show right now by far. Those Dent Guys, it usually comes on Friday during the day. Martin and Ben Ridley. Fantastic show. So we got to talk, and it was like 3 minutes. So it would cut you off after 3 minutes. But I got to meet some really good new people in there, and it kind of makes you get to know them really fast. Like, okay, where are you from? What color's your hair?
It's like speed dating.
It's exactly what it was set up to be. But it was really, really good. And I didn't do like the happy hour because I was like, it's all day, and we're doing some renovations here at the house. So, but it was, I enjoyed it. I really did. Some of the tool stuff was cool. You got to go in there and talk to the tool manufacturers and ask them questions about tools and what your thoughts were, applications of how to use them. And, it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I see Dave stream, you have like a month access to this thing, 30 days, and Dave stream's still doing like happy hours on there. You can go back in and watch, and there was some good speakers. Matt Moore that was just on spoke, and you could see the pure emotion when he was telling his story when he opened up his first retail facility. And you could see him that he was just about to tear up and get upset because it was this pure emotion and pure passion there. So it was nice to see it all. It was really good. So, hats off to those guys. I think it was a pretty good event for its first time. I think the next one will be just as good. But it was just fun to see other people, just because it's been such a long with 2 events that we haven't been able to get together. So it was nice.
Just text you a number, by the way, Ryan.
Even better. We're going to give another guy a call. Let's get him on.
We've been getting a lot of big techs here. And it's another big tech. He's killing it on TikTok, by the way.
Hello.
Mr. Pro PDR. How you doing?
Manny's PDR. How y'all doing?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good, Ryan. How are you?
Just living the dream, trying to be like Manny.
Hey, so
I'm trying to be like y'all, man.
Introduce yourself.
Ryan, I've been watching you since it was you and Paintless Touch.
Oh yeah, Chris.
All 3 of y'all, and with Chris and Dave and Manny. Your repairs. Like I told you in the message, I'm a big fan, dude. Big fan. Both of y'all.
Man, thank you.
Thanks, man.
We're humbled to hear that. Thank you so much.
So let's get into you a little bit. Where are you from? What do you do? Who you're with?
So I am in Houston, Texas. I've been doing dents for about 9 years. I started with Dent Wizard.
Oh yeah, next week.
Yeah. So I'm a fan of that Blim tool too. That you're a fan of, that Blim tool.
Oh yeah,
that door tool.
Yeah.
So after that, I did that for 5 years. I was stationed at CarMax, believe it or not.
So was I.
And I was, knocking out 20, 30 cars. But of course, you're not sitting there making them perfect. They have their QC. They want, they just want value.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to touch retail, and I wasn't able to, see what that field was like. So after 5 years, I was doing really well, but I wanted to see what the retail was like. So I got a domain, I got my DBA, and I kind of just put my 2 weeks in, and everybody was kind of shocked because I was, doing 6 figures of income in that company. And I didn't want to do the whole 9 to 5, and then have, everything in their hands. So I was like, after 5 years, I was like, I'm just gonna, find people that I can do subcontract work for. And then in the meantime, it gives me free time to build my retail work and figure out, that field, because I had no idea how to do all of those things. I didn't know what retail was. I didn't know, even with dealerships, picking up dealerships, I didn't know any of that. So everything I kind of I threw myself in the fire, and just, I'm good with people, and I'm very dependable, and I work hard. So, it was pretty, exciting, and, I'm actually doing really well, and it's really fun. And I watch guys like y'all that inspire me and that push me and that drives me. So you know, I set the bar high for myself. My repairs, my marketing, everything. I look up to guys like y'all, and that's how I try to run my business, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a little bit about me in Houston, and it's really fun. So yeah,
That is awesome, man.
You doing some hail right now or what?
yeah. So right now it just held in Tomball, so it's like 20 minutes up north from Houston, and I put out a couple of Google ads, and I got a couple of hits. I go out, I do the estimates, and even doing that, I'm still green to it because I've never really dealt with insurances. I'm usually dealing with body shops, and then they was like, "Hey, can you come repair this?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm writing up the estimates. I'm writing up the repairs up for the parts. Then I go order the parts, and everything that I'm doing, I'm kind of like learning on the fly, and I'm in groups like Dentless Touches Discord, and just asking other dent guys, you know, for advice and how to do this, because y'all the ones that know, and I go and I feel like if I ask, y'all gonna help me, and y'all gonna, you know, just share the knowledge. And some people do, some people don't.
Yep.
I know Manny does. I know Ryan does. I mean, and I'm Ryan. I don't know if you remember, but I just messaged you the other day about a cart that you have. I was like, dude, that's a sick cart.
Yeah.
And you told me about it, and yeah. So I mean, I'm doing hell, and then what I'm doing. It's just me by myself, and then I'll get guys, other dent techs, and I'll just send them work, dude. I'm like, hey, look, I'm pretty tied up. Like, here's some work, you can have it, and then they'll just throw me a cut. You know, they'll throw me 20% or whatever.
That's cool.
And I rather have more allies than, you know, competitors. I don't ever see any other dent tech as a competitor, because, like I was saying earlier, I believe that there's enough to go around for everyone.
100%.
And me and Manny are like on TikTok, and we both. I mean, for me personally, man, like I see so many people that do not even know PDR exists. So like it blows my mind, like how much, you know, people don't know, and so like that's good for us, because that means that's a potential customer that we can get. We just gotta educate the customers by putting out videos. I got you know, I'm trying to put out more YouTube videos or TikToks or whatever. Right now I'm just kind of busy, but it's going really well, and it's so cool because when I use Mobile Tech RX to get my repairs and my estimates, and because of my videos, they don't even question my estimates. I'll charge $600, $700 on a dent. They're like, "Oh, I've seen your videos. Like, I trust you. You're an artist. Blah blah blah." And they're like, "Okay, let's just set it up." You know, so it's awesome. And let me just be 100% honest. I am not as great as Manny. Like, Manny takes on some crazy damage. What the heck? So like, I have my little niche of, like, you know, dings, minor dents, some big damage, but not too crazy. And I'll get those done, you know, and anything big, I'll send it to guys that I know that are really, really good and can handle it. And they'll take care of it. I'm talking really fast, so yeah, my bad, guys.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
I was excited to talk to y'all.
We'll have to plan a time to get you on the show. Get into your story.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Since we're both,
dude, that'd be awesome.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm really happy to just hear at least this part of your, you know, your testimony of your success, because everything that we put out is to help guys, you know, grow. You know, everything that we do is for other guys to grow. Everything that I share is to help other guys grow. You know, just even in the smallest educate. And I know you do too, Ryan. And all we hope for is that someone just grasps something and just runs with that, you know, and just by hearing your story, it just really sounds that that's exactly what you did. And man, I'm really happy for you. I'm glad that you know, you asked, and I'm glad that you're running with all the information, man, because, you know, we do this for free, and we do it from the heart, and all we do it for us because we wish you guys the best, you know. And I'm just really happy to hear your story, man. That is awesome, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate what both of y'all do, and to me, y'all like my y'all are role models for me, right? So like, I told my
man.
girlfriend, I'm like, man, I'm
You're in
nervous.
trouble.
I'm like,
You're in trouble.
Hey, I was like, I'm nervous to go on his show. I'm nervous to go on the show. Like, she's like, why? I'm like, they're like celebrities to me. Like, cause I mean, I learned a lot from y'all
Yeah.
because, you know, when I think I was considered a hack, you know what I mean? Like, I considered myself a hack. If I look at the way I was, like, that was me being a hack. Like, yeah, I was making money, but I wasn't proud of my repairs, you know?
We've all been there.
Yes,
We've all been there.
yeah. Yeah. So like, I'm trying to, I am now away from that, and I'm very thankful. And because of people like y'all, I get to watch y'all, and I'm like, heck yeah, y'all put out great repairs, great marketing. Like, I can do that too. Let's just keep going.
Are you like 60% dealer, 40% shops?
So,
What's your
man,
margins like?
Honestly, because I heard you ask the other guys that, and honestly, I don't know, because I'll get some weeks I'm busier with retail than I am with dealers. I have a lot of I have like 6, 7 dealership accounts, but they're not like giving me like 20 cars. Some days I'll go for like 4 or 5. And then my retail, you know, I'm using Mobile Tech RX, so my prices are up there, and I usually close on my estimate. So honestly, I just wouldn't be able to tell you, but I know I get a lot of retail, and dealers are always hit and miss, you know? So especially right now because of the market and everything. But I'm trying to stray away from dealerships, to be honest with you, just because I want to be able to just have retail. And, you know, if I do have a dealer, I want it to be like a dealership that is really that's doing really well, that I'm making good money from, and that they respect me. That's my big thing. I can't work for a dealership that doesn't value me and value my work. I'm not just a guy that, I can replace him, you know? So I don't like working for people like that anymore.
You know,
I don't care. Like they
Go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead. I was listening to you.
Oh, I was just going to say, there's a question on here, and I want to see if you could just answer that. It says, is there ever a time that you don't need to educate the customers?
No.
Is there a time that you don't need to educate it? I think you're always teaching them. They don't have no idea. Even when I go to a customer, and like the other day, I went to go do a hell estimate, and the guy's from New York, and I went out, I was telling him about the estimate, and I was telling him the process of Paintless dent repair on hell. And he was like, I had no idea this existed. They just told, he had no idea.
Yeah.
So I feel like you just constantly have to just keep educating customers. And that's the way, I don't know, every customer that I have, unless there's rare ones that they'll come around that'll be like, hey, I had a dent guy before. I know what Paintless dent repair is. So they know the value, and they'll understand. But there's so many more that just don't even know it exists. You go ask 10 people, maybe one person's gonna know.
Now I've got a question for you guys. Have you ever had a customer? Perfect example. Had a guy today send me photos. Roof rails damaged, tree limb hit it, and I'm explaining the process of glue pulling and that it's a sealed panel, you can't get to the backside. And he's like, I've had paintless dent repair before. Can't you just drill a hole right here? How do you handle that question from a customer? Do you say, okay, yeah, I'll drill a hole, or do you explain?
So me personally, for example, I get stuff like that. I get like, hey, I don't care if they'll send me some bad damage, and they're like, I just want it better. And me personally, if I know I can't make it 100% and make it look good, I'm not gonna go out there and spend 3 hours on something that's large damage or whatever, and just make it look okay. I just can't do it. I don't even care if they're paying me $100 an hour, because that's just I feel like I'm cheating the customer, and I have too much integrity for that. And even me, there's times where I go out and I'll do a dent, and I'll spend 3-4 hours on it, dude. Because sometimes I bite off more than I can chew.
We all do.
And yeah, I'll make it look better, guys. I'll make it look better, but I'm not happy with it, and I'll tell the customer I'm not charging for it.
Yep.
And and it's not for like reverse psychology or anything. It's
No.
just because like I just have too much integrity that I'm
Pride.
just like I can't charge for that. And more than not, dude, they're gonna be more than happy with it.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be happy with it because it's a lot better. And then two, they always say, no, I'm gonna pay you something. So like I've had cases where I've done that before multiple times, and then you know what happened, dude? So like he paid me like $40 or $40 for gas or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. And then he left me a Google review telling me that I have integrity, that I am an honest person. He was like, you know, he couldn't see the damage, but he saw the damage, but I couldn't see the damage. I was happy with it, and he didn't want to charge for me. And Joe has a lot of integrity. Joe is very honest, and I would choose this guy. I trust this guy because a lot of customers, they feel like when they call a business or a body shop or something, they feel like they're going to get cheated right away. Yeah. So they're already, you know, on the edge of getting a repair done, and so they're like, you know, so when you're just honest with them, and that's just me personally. And you know what sucks? I have buddies that are the opposite. They're like, I'm just there for the money. I'll go make it look a little bit better and just get the money, and that's cool. But like, I mean, it's not cool to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm just like, man, it does. And what sucks is these people would think like they're doing really well. Like, you know, like it'll get to their head like I'm a good technician, but in reality, they're really not. They're just the customer the customer is going to be okay with it because you're telling them like, hey, this is the best it's going to get, because you're not trying 100%, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me, guys. That's a little bit about me and how my mind is and how I'm thinking. And yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah. I got a question. Are you using that bubblegum glue? Are you using that bubblegum glue in Texas?
No, I'm not. I'm not, but you keep bringing it up, so I might. Anson, who carries it?
Anson.
I think everyone. Everyone.
Yeah.
Anson is actually coming to Tomball on Monday, so I actually might buy some. So I'll put a little review on Instagram and for you, Manny.
Go look for Vince and give him a hug for me and say, "Can I get some of that bubble gum?"
Oh my gosh. Well, Joe, definitely keep in touch.
I never met them before.
Oh, you got to meet him.
Yeah. Definitely keep in touch, man. You've got my stuff. You know, you got a question or whatever, reach out. You know, it's
yeah, definitely.
And we'll get you on here for a full show for sure. Another Dent Wizard brother. I love the Dent Wizard stories because we can relate. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, whenever. I mean, I'm always available. Just give me a day advance, and I'll be there. Cool. For sure.
Keep killing it, man. You're doing great, bro.
Keep doing your good stuff.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me on. It was really an honor. I appreciate it, and
thank you for
I wish I had nothing but success.
Have a fantastic evening.
You too,
take care, brother. Thank you.
See you, buddy. Bye-bye.
Nice.
I love me some old Dent Wizard guys, man. We can, we all relate, man. I'll tell you. And I said this to Vince. It was like 2 years ago, and I said, "Us Dent Wizard guys, we just get each other. Like we just, you know, I don't know. It's kind of like a brotherhood. It's kind of like the Marines. You know what I mean? You just understand the crappy situations that we've all been in."
What's cool though is that, you know, everything that you've talked about, your success and moving to, you know, forward from Dent Wizard is just like, we have someone who we could really point out that he's done it, you know, and he's taken your advices and everyone's else advices that come through the show, and successful story right there. I'm really happy with that, man. That was a great one.
That was a good show.
Oh, great show. Yeah.
Guys, I got another thing I didn't bring up. Anson's open house is Mother's Day weekend. So if you're in the Texas area, go check out their new facility because it's pretty cool. And I've been getting texts. I'm going to show you something funny. I don't know if you guys can see this. I should have brought it up, screen shared it. I've been having a couple people from there send me some photos. Let me see if I can pull it up. And
I just want to ask everyone out there.
My head looks really big on that TV in their showroom.
Stop it.
So, Craig's been sending me pictures. He goes, man, I was like, my head looks so damn big over there. But, that was from Vinny today.
Mm. Hey, by the way, are you using some of this bubble gum?
Oh my gosh, this guy. I'm mailing you a box of pink glue because I don't use it.
Anyone out there using this bubble gum stuff?
Craig's going to call me tomorrow and be like, bro, what did you do with the pink glue? And I'm like, he goes, we haven't sold that stuff in years.
What I do want to know is that I don't know who I heard this from, but I heard this was a mixture of like 2 glues.
I'll find out tomorrow.
And I don't know if one of them was the hog glue, or the root beer, something with those 2.
I'll call Craig tomorrow.
I thought I heard this is a mixture of some glues together. So I don't know if that is the secret behind this glue, but I do, guys. You guys gotta get this bubble gum, pink. Telling you,
I can't even take you tonight. Well, guys, it's been a long one, an hour and 36 minutes. I'm tired. Manny's giving pink glue away. You guys have a fantastic evening. Thank you for watching. I wanted to bring something different. And Manny, thanks for joining me, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for having me. Don't forget,
keep doing
guys,
what you do.
That bubblegum glue.
You guys have a fantastic evening. See ya.
See you guys.